Hey everybody! Throughout history, the Bible has made bold predictions about the future, many of which believers argue have already come to pass. Today, we'll dive into 8 intriguing prophecies from the Bible that some say have been fulfilled in remarkable ways. And stick around until the end, because we'll reveal a prophecy that may well be unfolding before our very eyes. Let's explore these ancient words, the events, and what they might mean. So first up, we have the destruction of Tyre. And if I'm not saying that right, please let me know in the comments. Prophecy from Ezekiel 26 predicts the destruction of the ancient city of Tyre, stating that Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon would attack the city and that many nations would come against it. Nebuchadnezzar did attack Tyre around 573 BC, and later on, Alexander the Great conquered it in 332 BC, demolishing the mainland city and building a causeway to the island city. Even though it's been thousands of years, the city has never fully recovered its former glory. So next up, we have the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple. Jesus predicted in Matthew 24 and in Luke 21 that the temple in Jerusalem would be destroyed, with not one stone left upon another. This prophecy is commonly associated with the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD by the Romans during the siege of Jerusalem. The city was razed and the temple was indeed destroyed. So number 3, we have the fall of Babylon. Isaiah 13 and Jeremiah 51 predicted the fall of Babylon, describing it as being desolate and uninhabited. Babylon fell to the Medes and Persians under Cyrus the Great in 539 BC. While the city remained inhabited for a while, it eventually declined and just became ruins, as is seen in its current state in modern-day Iraq. And then number 4, we have the return of the Jewish people to Israel. In Ezekiel 37 and in Isaiah 11, God promises to gather the Israelites from among the nations and return them to their homeland. This prophecy is often linked to the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948, where Jewish people from around the world returned to their homeland after World War II and the Holocaust. And then number 5, we have the rise and fall of Alexander the Great's empire. In Daniel chapter 8, it describes a vision of a goat with a prominent horn that is broken off, replaced by 4 other horns, often interpreted as symbolizing the rise and division of Alexander the Great's empire.
Alexander takes the capital of Persepolis, which burns to the ground. Whoopsie! Darius offers a peace accord. Alexander's like, yeah, I don't think so, and chases him into modern-day Iran, where Darius gets killed in a coup, and Alexander is left to seize fabulously wealthy Babylon. In what can only be described as not knowing when to quit, he then leads charges into modern-day Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, most of the stands really, all the way to the Himalayas of Pakistan. All told, he takes 2 million square miles and founds 70 cities, more than a dozen of which bear his name.
Alexander the Great conquered the Persian Empire pretty rapidly, but he died at a young age, and his empire was then divided among 4 of his generals, fitting the description in the prophecy. And then number 6, we have the destruction of Nineveh. In Nahum chapter 1 and chapter 3, it predicts the destruction of Nineveh. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue twisted. The capital of the Assyrian Empire, stating that it would be laid to waste. Nineveh was destroyed around 612 BC by a coalition of Babylonians, Medes, and some others, leading to the end of the Assyrian Empire. The city became ruins and remained uninhabited for centuries. Number 7, we have the persecution of Christians. In Matthew 24 and in John 15, Jesus speaks of persecution that his followers would face. The early Christian community did indeed face severe persecution under Roman emperors like Nero, and persecution has continued in various forms throughout history, as seen in different parts of the world, and it's still going on to this day. And number 8, we have the spread of the gospel. In Matthew 24, I'm sorry, I have dogs. Shush, baby. In Matthew 24, Jesus said, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Well, the message of Christianity has spread globally, and today it's one of the largest religions in the world with followers and churches in almost every nation. So if you've been entertained or, dare I hope, intrigued up to this point, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to get more fascinating history, true crime stories, and unsolved mysteries. Okay, so there's the 8 prophecies that have been fulfilled. And here's number 9, which may be going on right now. Now, we've covered some incredible prophecies, seem to have come true, but what if there's one that might be happening right now? In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and in the book of Revelation, chapters 9 and 16, I should say there are prophecies about the Euphrates River drying up. In Revelation 16:12, it says, "And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the day of the kings of the east might be prepared." That the way of the kings of the east. Not the day, the way. The drying of the Euphrates is also tied to the release of 4 angels in Revelation chapter 9. And in verse 13, it says, "And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the 1/3 part of men." That's kind of scary. So 1/3 of the entire world is going to be taken out by these 4 fallen angels. 1/3 of the entire Earth's population would be almost 4 billion people today, or about the amount of people living in China and India combined. For centuries, the Euphrates, one of the world's longest rivers, has been a lifeline for civilizations in the Middle East. But in recent years, something's been happening due to prolonged droughts, the construction of dams, shifting climate patterns. The river's water levels have begun to recede at a rate the world has never seen before. Communities along the river have watched as its waters continue to dwindle, revealing ancient ruins, which is kind of cool, and even making parts of the riverbed accessible by foot. This has led many to wonder, is this prophecy about the Euphrates River drying up coming true right now? Some see this as just a consequence of climate change, while others view it as a sign of events prophesied a long time ago. Could this be setting the stage for what Revelation describes, a moment when the world is on the cusp of drastic change, and what the Bible describes as the Great Tribulation? These prophecies and their interpretations vary, and they've been the subject of much debate among scholars, theologians, historians. Some view them as specific predictions, while others see them as general statements that could apply to a range of historical events. Prophecies from the past that seem to be fulfilled, and a future prophecy that may be unfolding right now, is enough to make you wonder what comes next. Is this a warning of events to come, or a coincidence shaped by natural forces? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into ancient mysteries and unfolding events. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.